Appreciate you guys for stopping in. We got some Knox Hill. This one is called Family Curse. And I'm extra interested to dive into this because based on his pinned comment, this is actually about his family. So
Came calling.
I like the way that he came in on that. Like the rhyme placement just made it audibly pleasing.
Somebody could get up here. Old German Shepherd with the German Shepherd. He was born as weather leather. Oldest bourbon sellers never wrote but knew his letters. He was clever, but no smarts when the Fritz came calling. Whole world at war for the blitz. He was caught up though he made his family leave from the evil they would see. He had hoped they leave him be. Had his limbs chopped down to the trunk. That's when less about my family tree. Well, grandfather was a career soldier.
Hold up. Did he just say that somebody got their limbs cut off? It seemed like a play because obviously he said, you know, cut down to the trunk. Like your torso could be considered your trunk. So I don't know. I could be reaching on that a little bit, but it felt like that's what he was saying. And then it played into obviously, you know, the family tree, another limb cut off. If so, that's wild. I'm guessing that he was obviously a part of the war based on the warplanes that went overhead. And then he goes into his grandpa. So I'm going to guess that it started with his great grandfather.
Caught up though he made his family leave from the evil they would see. He had hoped they leave him be. Had his limbs chopped down to the trunk. That's when less about my family tree. Well, grandfather was a career soldier. He served the red, white, and blue as he got older. Old Uncle Sam had his back and rubbed his shoulder. Then Vietnam happened, one landmine and he's blown up. Boom.
Okay, that's crazy. Okay, his family's been through some shit. The landmine stuff is actually really interesting because I just watched something. I can't remember what it was, but it was about Vietnam. I just watched it recently over the last couple of weeks, and it was talking about how there's still so many landmines there that are unfound and all these different traps and stuff from when that war actually took place. And every once in a while, people will come across them and end up dying. I couldn't imagine. Like, just think about being somewhere at war. I mean, it's bad enough you got to worry about being shot, but like you step on a landmine and boom, it's over. Or one of those crazy traps that they had, which were brutal. Like it's a scary thing to even consider. Like I'm gonna be real with you. That shit's not for me. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Sam had his back and rubbed his shoulder. Then Vietnam happened, one landmine and he's blown up. Boom. Now my grandma's a widow, about to get deported. Now the press is out a window. Now it's click, click, click. Headlines for the wife of a Vietnam hero, but it's cool. She got a medal. I just went and rented out of hers.
Okay, hold on. Let me go. First of all, I just want to see my man dressed up as his grandma again because that shit.
Boom. Now my grandma's a widow, about to get deported. Now the press is out a window. Now it's click, click, click. Headlines for the wife of a Vietnam hero, but it's cool. She got a medal. I just went and rented out of hers. The devil and his keys, and I'm sitting in reverse. About to back up on my life and make it worse. Dealing with disease, and I know I can't be cured. I'm certain, I'm uncertain, and I'm certainly insured. No, sir, I assure you it's a circus over her.
End up having because I don't want to lose all my memories. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like no, I'm not in touch with my grandparents over there. I don't know if they have any kind of ailments that, you know, the family's had or anything like that. So I'm completely clueless. And then my grandfather, he had triple bypass heart surgery. That's what it is. Yeah. I couldn't get my words out properly, but yeah, he had that. So then I'm, you know, concerned about heart issue. We got all sorts of things going on over here. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Got a medal. I just went and rented.
This hook is dope though.
The devil and his keys, and I'm sitting in reverse. About to back up on my life and make it worse. Dealing with disease, and I know I can't be cured. I'm certain, I'm uncertain, and I'm certainly insured. No, sir, I assure you it's a circus over her. This ain't church. Climbing to the canopy, I'm winding up the family tree. It's nuts, but I think the family's cursed. War widow lost a father and a husband. Now she's on her own in a country who don't love her. 3 kids, 2 jobs, and she can't afford a budget. But she got the medal from the president. Don't touch it. One day downstairs in the...
That's wild. So he's talking about all the shit that his grandmother went through when the grandfather died. Bills, like, you know, all these different things, not being able to really, you know, be in a position to take care of herself because didn't expect that to happen. And it's like, well, you know, she got a medal. Don't touch it, right? And it's just kind of like I assume, a play on the fact that, like, you know, you go to war, you fight for your country, you put your life on the line, potentially lose it. And then it's like, well, at least you got a medal, right? At least the grandma got a medal for, you know, her husband's sacrifice, basically. But, you know, those bills and stuff, hope you get it figured out, right? Like, it's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just feel like if that's what he's trying to say, like, there should have been way more help. Like if he went over there, risked his life to try to fight for this country, and then she gets in a bad spot because of the fact that he ended up dying over there, there should be more than just a medal presented. Like they should be helping out to make sure that she's going to be good. At least that's how I feel. I get that there's a lot of people that go to war, a lot of people that pass, there'd be a lot of people that they got to take care of. But hey, if you want this country to continue and you want people to keep fighting for it and you want, you know what I'm saying? Like us to put our life on the line, it's got to be for something, right? Like it's got to be, I get that it's for like our country to remain our country, to not get taken over by another country, to not have to, you know, go through some bullshit basically. But at the same time, it's like, it should also mean that our families are going to be good. Like you shouldn't have to worry about stuff like that.
Widow lost her father and her husband. Now she's on her own in a country who don't love her. 3 kids, 2 jobs, and she can't afford a budget. But she got the medal from the president. Don't touch it. One day downstairs in the kitchen making dinner, the curse intervened on a date you will remember. Youngest son upstairs was in need of intervention, playing hangman's noose, but there was no imagination. Had the belt around his neck, then the notch got stuck. He was running out of breath and he tried to scream out, but no one could hear his stress. He collapsed on the floor, no air with seconds left. When mom rushes in, eyes open, he is dead. Well, another leaf falls from the tree. So young, he ain't even reached his teens. Just another tragedy. Guess he could have been an uncle to me.
Yo, that's crazy. So his mom's brother passed away playing around with a belt before he was even a teenager. That's some raw shit to go through. Yo, shout out to his grandma. Like, for real, shout out to his grandma. Her father, it seems as if what he said in the beginning is that he was lost in the war. Her husband, lost in the war, struggling in the beginning, or you know, I don't know if things got better, but definitely struggling in the beginning after the grandfather had passed away. And then her son ends up passing away to just an accident, messing around, and no one was there to, yo, she's been through some shit. Like, shout out to her. Respect to her.
Just when it ran it out of hers.
That can't be easy.
The devil in his keys and I'm sitting in reverse. About to back up on my life and make it worse. Dealing with disease and I know I can't be cured. I'm certain, I'm uncertain, and I'm certainly insured. No sir, I assure you it's a circus over her. This ain't church. Climbing to the canopy, I'm winding up the family tree. It's nuts, but I think the family's cursed. Over time I have tried to branch out and be different. I give and I give, but I feel like something's missing. Someone, somehow, I'm trying to fix it, but I don't really know, I'm just trying to fill the picture. More tragedy struck when my grandmother died. My uncle lost his leg, then so much for the family line. My mom got divorced, but that's normal nowadays, so I guess that's fine. When my career self-destructs, just know it was all by design. My gift is a curse, and I rep the family ties. I stick to the script as I'm skipping through the lives. In a tree, drip, drip, gasoline. I light the match on my jeans as the smoke fills the skies, and I choke on the demise. Bet Greta Thunberg won't be happy, but it's fine. I dedicate these roots to my family's pie. I just went and ran it out of her.
Ooh. Okay, this is a dope little scene right here. He's standing on the coffin, got the fire in the back, but like he said, it's what did he say? Something about just throwing it on the family's pyre.
A match on my jeans as the smoke fills the skies, and I choke on the demise. Bet Greta Thunberg won't be happy, but it's fine. I dedicate these roots to my family's pie. I just went and ran it out of her.
That's dope, because roots of the tree, like wood, you know, the pyre, you know, but his roots are, okay, that's wild. He's got a really interesting story, like family story. I can't get my words out today. I don't know what it is. Listen, hopefully this comes out okay. I can't get my words out, but that shit's crazy. And he's basically saying, listen, if my career fails and all this shit happens, just, you know, it's probably meant to be because my family's cursed. Like this is just what's happened throughout history of our family. Like some shit just goes wrong inevitably. That's crazy. That's interesting. It's wild because this beat is like funky. It's kind of like a little bop. You know what I'm saying? But he's talking about some real shit. And I like this one. I like this one a lot. The chorus is actually really catchy too. I like the whole about to back up on my life and make it worse. Like, like the vibe of it is just kind of dope.
Happy, but it's fun. I dedicate these roots to my family's pie. I just went and ran it out of hers. The devil in his keys and I'm sitting in reverse. About to back up on my life and make it worse. Dealing with disease and I know I can't be cured. I'm certain, I'm uncertain, and I'm certainly insured. No sir, I assure you it's a circus over her. This ain't church. Climbing to the canopy, I'm winding up the family tree. It's nuts, but I think the family's cursed.
That's wild. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like this was the shittiest reaction I've done in a long time. And I don't mean like the song, I mean my actual like ability to elaborate and get my words out and say the things that I'm thinking in my head. For whatever reason, I'm just off today. I've actually not ate either. I've been trying to do this intermittent fasting thing. I don't know if that shit's for me. I'm gonna be real with you, but I got to try to lose some weight because I put on some pounds. I've never weighed this much in my life, so I'm trying to change that. But this was dope. This was dope. I just like again, I just wish that I was elaborating a little bit better. But you know, once you started the reaction, you started the reaction. I don't like to go back and be like, well, let me do it again. And it's just not really my thing. It just kind of comes out the way that it comes out. But this was a crazy track. Like I said, my family's got some shit going on, but it's more so just like illness and stuff that gets passed down, which sucks. I don't really have any stories as far as that. Like my grandfather was in the army, but I want to say that he was there as a cook. So thankfully didn't lose him because he was kind of like a father figure to me, being that my dad had passed away when I was 4. And I had a stepdad that did, I want to say he was in Vietnam. I'm not completely sure, but obviously didn't lose him. He was, you know, here and stuff like that. So I couldn't imagine, like, again, shout out to his grandmother. Like she's been through some shit. Now, he said something about his uncle losing his leg or losing a limb. Now, I don't know if that happened before or after his grandmother passed, but if it was before, again, shout out to her because she's been through some shit. Her father, her husband, her son, and then another one of her sons had something happen. Like, I just couldn't even imagine, like, it's a lot of shit to deal with. And then the whole, like, you know, at least she got a medal, right? Like paparazzi, people talking to her, like, oh, your husband passed away at war, like all this different shit. She's in a country that doesn't even like her. Like, it's a lot of stuff going on and a lot of stuff to deal with, and it can't be easy. And then, you know, working multiple jobs, not being able to pay the bills, but at least you got a medal, right? At least the government gave you a medal, when in reality, they should make sure that you're good because your husband sacrificed his life for the country. And I feel like that should come with more than just a medal, and then you struggle. That shit don't make any sense to me. So the one thing that I took from this is shout out to that man's grandma, because she was a boss. She was definitely a boss. Shout out to Knox as well. Dope song. This is the kind of shit that I enjoy stuff like this. I like the kind of coming outside of the box, right? Like talking about family and talking about stuff that, like, real shit, but doing it in a relatively creative way. Like I don't think I've ever seen somebody go through like their family tree and, you know, explain it as a curse, but even if he wasn't, and just going through and talking about the different things that different family members have happened to go through. And again, I still can't get my words out, but it just all was relatively unique. So shout out to him for that. Comment down below. You guys will probably be able to talk about this better than I can, because for whatever reason, words and me just aren't friends today. So I'll catch you in the next one, homies.